Hello everyone, welcome to the mecaniquesportive YouTube channel. This is Nicolas. Today I'm here in Dieppe to introduce you to the new Alpine. At 390 there are a lot of people, even though I'm trying to find a little way through all the crowd. I'm going to take you to discover this car in detail, as usual, despite the crowd, but I'll give you all the features. There will be two versions. Anyway, here we have a blue one and we have a grey one. Over there, let me take you around a bit. You'll see there are journalists from all over the world. As usual, I'm doing a little backstage at the same time. All right, here's the little backstage tour. There's a grey version right here, morning grey. This is thunder grey, which you can already find on some Alpine A110S. You can see here that it contrasts with the black and red. I'll take you around it. There are people speaking all kinds of languages today. Look at that rear. So I admit the concept, I was not really impressed, to be honest. Wait, is that what just came out? Well, it's actually pretty good. Look at these lines. It's really well done, really. They took a bit from the group at the back, so it blends into the grass. Long light strip. Here, we see the Alpine logo, which is written directly in red. That's a first. You can see here that we have a GTS version. We have a kind of small spoiler here at the back that comes up, so that's really for performance. On the hero side, a very slanted window. No rear wiper, unfortunately. I have to admit, that always bothers me. It's a bit of a drawback because you can't see anything at all when it rains, but on the other hand, it's full of little details.
Look here, what we have is little grooves everywhere. You'll have to clean that well.
The matte finish is very smooth, very pleasant. The black roof in this, just look at it. If we just took this part, we could say, wow, it's an Alpine A110. And actually, they based it on the concept of the Alpine A110. And they even put the blue, white, and red flag, just like we have on the A110, except this time it's a 5-seater car. You can actually fit 5 people inside. And look at this that I'm showing you, the back seats. Let's quickly do a little thing about the back seats. Here's what it looks like. So with two-tone white and blue leather, it's very, very poorly lit. I'm sorry, the conditions aren't ideal to show you a car here, but I'm doing what I can. Up there, it's actually pretty nice, kind of stretched leather. And I don't know if it's plastic or if they really used leather. I'm not really sure, but anyway, it feels pretty high quality, the Alcantara. Stitching, blue lighting here as well, and the little stitches that look simple. Then on the lower parts, it's really very basic. You can see the battery plate underneath. It's really, really wide at that spot, and you can even see the fender where the wheel comes back. So they really put the wheels at all 4 corners and made it as wide as possible. And the sport badge that's on this GTS version, is it the sport electric vehicle on the other versions? Do you know? While I'm here, look, what do I find again? What is this? But we really like him, but it's a lot. And the television, there he is, but he's going to make us a great video.
Welcome to the Dieppe Auto Show. It's a surprising idea, but we're trying. We're here. Interesting car in this color.
I'm not really sure what I prefer.
Grey or blue, excuse me. So, as I was saying, welcome to the Dieppe Auto Show, a little surprise show reserved for Alpine. We're here with the version that I think has the best color because of the blue behind us. We're wondering about it. We'll see, of course. Don't hesitate to subscribe to Nicolas's channel. That's important too. And also to share what you think about the vehicle. Is 470 horsepower enough? Let us know. Hugs to you, friends.
Thank you very much, Amy. Don't hesitate to check out his channel as well. It's very important. He'll do something great for us. And that's it. However, now I've taken off the mic, I'm getting my gear back on, and so the interior. Thanks for this little intervention. It's always a pleasure to do this with friends. So here in the front, we have the same finish as in the back. So I think, yes, it must be leather. The Alcantara part here is also the LED, as we see. I think that comes a bit from Renault, Espace, Rafale, all that. Then this leather part here, very, very nice. And at the bottom, we find some rather basic plastics again. We have a sound system, tweeters, and very high-end speakers, really, inside. And a small Alpine door sill, Alpine floor mats. Because, yes, this time it's not just a simple Renault Alpine Spirit. It's a real Alpine. Look at the seats. So the seats are actually very nice. The Alpine logo there. These are bucket seats, sub belt, since these are the sporty versions. And honestly, I have to admit that it's pretty nice with at 390, just to remind you. Now, we're going to directly test what happens inside. When it comes to comfort, I don't need just a little bit. And it seems like we still have pretty good lateral support. And inside, so what's going on then? That you recognize. If you know a Renault, you know this. That's what you find in a Scenic, in a Megane, etc. We're really taking the same thing here. On the other hand, the steering wheel is what you find in an A390, the new electric version of the R5 as well. So of course it's shared with the groups. Just like the chassis, it's the Ampere medium platform. So basically, what do we have on these Nicks and what is it? We even find the new camera that just arrived, for example, on the restyled Austral, which came with the new LS base. So that's one of the new standards. So a camera here that will film you for driving assistance, etc. as well. Normally, they haven't announced it, but I think if it's like at Renault, it will recognize your face and save your settings, your preferences in the car. In my opinion, it's supposed to do the same thing as well. We can see that we have this in Alcantara. And for those who can see, I don't know if you'll be able to see it here. No, it's complicated. I'll show you from the outside. We have a little Alpine A110 from back in the day on the windshield, and that's a nice little touch. So here, this part is hard, but with stitching and a texture on top. Simple things. There's no head-up display. Everything is directly on this screen. The little overtake button to give a boost. The recuperator here for recharging. So we have 5 freewheel levels. 1, 2, 3. Look at my here. It's doing it to me right here. So then on the blue thing there, it's supposed to focus right there, there, but nothing at all. And then we'll even have the one pedal mode, the drive modes as usual changed, the save mode. So basically the eco mode, the normal mode, you can see it changes the colors a little bit, the sport mode. Little animation and the custom mode. And oh yes, something really important, we're going to have a track mode here, the word track there. It's also going to be cooler to have fun since we have up to 470 horsepower. Like I was saying, we'll go over all the features once we're outside. And is there anything special here that sets it apart from other brands? That's right, so just like on the Alpine 116, the drive and our parking are set back. Right here, we have the 2 USB ports. You can see we even have a small USB key, a cup holder, just one. On the other hand, we have a large storage compartment here underneath with a small carpet, and you can see it's lit with LEDs, just like over there, plus a nice little touch. Here, it's the Alpine, so I don't know if you can see, but it's also lit up with the color of the ambient lighting, something pretty simple. At the top, it's the same, it's basic. We find what we usually see in Renault, same for the LEDs. I have to admit, in my big star, I have the same thing. Today, I came in a mixer. And even Alcantara up there and LED lighting right here, standard mirrors, pretty big. We have a good view. On the other hand, what's nice is that they thought about the Bombay corner. I don't know if it's on both sides. That's a good thing. And we have good visibility. I was sitting pretty high, but there's Alcantara really everywhere on the top. And I have to admit, it's actually pretty nice. And judging by the back seats, that's what it looks like. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. Where I don't have any, I'm going to squeeze into the back seats to see if Nico has enough space. Just 20 seconds and I fish. As for the plazards, there's no light here at all. But me, since I'm Big Nicholas, well, I can't move at all, not at all. I'll give you a quick flash. Oh, I just saw something cool. Look at this, oh, back. And his beauty, who hasn't seen the carbon here, since I'm really discovering it with you. And so Nicholas the 1.80 m, it's complicated. Here, as you can see, it's not made for tall people. It's also not for this patient. So the seat is pushed very, very far back. There's no space under the seat. I can barely fit my feet. Here's what it looks like here. As for the USB ports, we have a little Alpine reminder. Here, the floor is flat since my electric car has a wheelbase of 2.70 meters. And it's 8 centimeters shorter than a Scenic because they wanted it to be more dynamic. So normally it should handle better. We'll see that on the road. When we try it, hop, there we go, I'm getting out. I'll let the lady do something as well. And there was a grey cane from Said in the back. And the trunk as well, which can be something important. The trunk, if I'm not mistaken, has 532 liters. Here's what it looks like. So here. So there's no one to hold the thing for me when I get in. But can I get in? Think, I know that, otherwise you're not happy, don't move you. Put it like this, there we go, like that. It's very spacious, 532 liters, but very spacious. And we even still have space here to put the cable. That's actually pretty good. And I'll show you again right here underneath. So that's good. We're discovering the car little by little like this. Let's take a look on this side. As for the rims, these are painted completely black. You can also get them in a diamond cut version. Black wheel arch, plus this little black badge. Honestly, it really gives it a nice little look. Badass. There are still quite a lot of people. Look at what it looks like. So this gray version here. What do you think of this front end? It's pretty aggressive, to be honest, the concept. I didn't really like it at first, and honestly, it's nothing like what I saw in the photos. I actually like the lines. It's pretty aggressive. Look here, you can see that here it's a kind of fin placed on the hood. Actually, air rushes inside so it can come out on the other side. The engine hood, the hood, since now the engines are a bit different. There, the little dots all over, the signature, the long light strip that goes across, and it's very sharp. Right there, the sensors on the bottom and the little triangular shapes here. And you can see that we have some triangle shapes everywhere. There. The light's really everywhere. And it didn't move. I'll take you to discover the blue one too, since it's a slightly different color. And really, it gives it another style. And this time, so this one has diamond-shaped legs. Now, I don't know who this guy is, but he's been running around everywhere with his little camera for a while now. What do you think about it? Look here. If I get a little closer to the details, look. At that. And the Alpine with the black on the blue, plus that, the little details, it's quite nice. It's very well done, the blade here and this hood. So, as I was saying here, we're going to let the air pass through to be able to play with the aerodynamics of this car. The roof, so here, you can see it clearly with this two-tone, this style, Alpine 110. And this drop, it's especially this drop here that really makes the difference. On the side, it's a bit hard to see the lines. On the side, you can see this clearly. But here, look at this with the triangle as well, plus the rims, snowflakes. Backstage with the cameraman, Jordan. This guy is a superstar. He also takes amazing photos. And there's another version. So this one, people will see it less. And look, with this very dark navy blue, I think the color will look very nice outdoors. And here, it looks quite dark. And the rims are a little different as well. Look at what it looks like. Here, I have to admit that I like it. Which one do you prefer? For now, it's pretty good. You can still see cameramen a little bit everywhere. I'm going to go see what the back looks like. There you go. It looks much classier, I think, in this rather dark shade. So which color would you choose? Good question. Well, hold on. I'll give you the technical specifications because I made my little notes as usual. To give you the full specifications of this car, it's 4.61 meters long, 1.89 meters wide, which is pretty wide, almost 1.90 meters. On the other hand, it's quite low. It's only 1.53 meters high. As for the weight, for an Alpine, it might make you shout, it's 2,121 kilograms. On the other hand, we have a big battery pack. We have an 89 kilowatt hour battery, which is normally supposed to give us at least a minimum range according to the Worldwide Harmonized Light Vehicles Test Procedure Standard, between 520 and 555 kilometers. Can't wait to test that. On the other hand, when it comes to power, that's where it changes. This is the most powerful of all the Alpines ever produced in series. We're going up to 470 horsepower on the GTS versions, like the one presented today. 400 horsepower for the Gran Turismo versions. 808 Newton meters of torque, and it's always distributed to all four wheels. One motor in the front, two motors in the rear, and two separate motors in the rear. One that manages each wheel to give us the ability to turn a bit better. And there's torque vectoring, which means the outer rear wheel will spin a little faster so you can drive just a bit more with this car. In the corners, it's still an Alpine, so the goal is to make sure it handles pretty well. 0 to 100 in 4.8 seconds for the Gran Turismo version and 3.9 seconds for the Gran Turismo S version. With 470 horsepower, 3.6 seconds, an Alpine A110. So there aren't really any big differences between the A110R and its level acceleration. It's true that acceleration with electric cars is pretty easy. You put in the power, you press, it goes forward. That's what makes the difference. As for the wheels, we'll have either 20-inch or 21-inch only, and two versions, Gran Turismo and Gran Turismo S for now. That's what we know about the price, between 65,000 and 76,000 euros. Those are the only details we've had so far. And then basically that's what this very high-end car looks like. Going inside, it's actually shorter than a Scenic. I told you 2.70 meters, but it's exactly 2.71 meters. As for charging, it has an 89 kWh battery, since it has more than 500 kilometers of range according to Worldwide Harmonized Light Vehicles Test Procedure. A 15 to 80% charge takes about 25 minutes for this car, and it can go up to 190 kilowatts. Not on this side, on the other side. To be able to charge this car, we have an 11 kilowatt charger and a 22 kilowatt one as an option. The 22 is optional. I think that's a bit of a shame. They're not going to make it standard anymore. What can I tell you? Two things I'll show you. The regeneration, the ground clearance, 15.2 centimeters. It goes pretty much everywhere. Still a kind of crossover. They call it a sport fastback, a fastback. That's for this side here, like this, right? But the genius who wanted to help her, the lady, didn't know how to open the door. Not very easy, no cracking thing, but normally when you approach with the car, the handle's open, but the rear handle, as you saw, it's a bit like a KIO here. We have coaching that will teach you how to drive better on the track if you want. We also have Alpine telemetry on your smartphone, which can record video and give you all your telemetry data. We have a weight distribution of 49% in the front and 51% in the rear. And I think I've told you just about everything. That'll be enough, actually, because I have to admit it's pretty complicated to show you everything in more detail right now. We'll do a test. Feel free to say in the comments what you think about this car. And we'll talk about it again then. If you have any questions, it's the same. Just put them in the comments. And also, shout out to Zizou and Pierre Gasly. All right, bye.